Hi, this is PA Camping Dad, Doogie. I figured I'd show some different ways to rig a winter tarp. This one happens to be made from DIY Gear Supplies winter tarp plans that they have. I really enjoyed this, and I'm going to show you some different ways to rig it up. So here I have my dog, and it's set up as a tunnel. Don't have my hammock in it right now. But just a very basic setup. The doors right now, let's see. So the doors, I put 28-inch long pieces of shock cord on. That's 28-inch, not stretched, and that seems to be a perfect length. And on the end of them, I have placed these Night Eyes S-beaners. See if I can unclick one-handed. That they sell with a keychain. They sell a whole bunch of these on a keychain, and they work really well. They don't quite clip all the way in these triangles that I have, but they won't come off, and it makes them easy to unclip, which I like. You see it doesn't quite clear the gate for it to go back. I could work at it, get it to go, but it's not worth it. I like it the way it is. So 28 inches long for those seems to work really well. You see right now I have them hooked to each other and the doors open, and I will do some changes and show doors closed and with the expanders. But so every door panel has the 28-inch shock cord with a clip on the end. I have the regular tie-outs done. I'll put a link to whoever had the idea to use a piece of shock cord and the line lock, I think it's called. Right now I'm just using the shock cord when it's pitched down tight like this. And let me close the doors and show you that setup. Okay, so here I have the doors closed. I just took these clips across off the other side and clip them into here. It's quite easy to clip them on with those Night Eyes beaners. It leaves the end a little loose, which most of the time it's fine. Sometimes I will either take this, I got another stick in my back pocket. Sometimes I will leave one door closed, and I'll take the other one and either clip it back into itself and have a little bungee and put it like that. I don't know whether that's in frame still, but so you see I just staked it off down there, and you can close it off but still have access fairly easily. Now that I have the doors closed, you can see the other piece is my pull-outs, and I'll put my hiking poles on these in a minute. But I just always leave about a foot-long piece of shock cord, just larks-headed to it, and then I leave a prusik on here. And actually, I guess that's a climb heist. But prusik works too. Climb heist is just one directional. So I'll show you how those work to pull out and give you the room inside. And we grab my hiking poles. Okay, so now I have the my hiking poles rigged up onto the pull-outs, and I prefer this because you're not tripping over wires, over guy lines on the outside, and it's just a simple lark's head the little prusik piece on, and then you can adjust the tension. I found a foot seems to be plenty, depending upon my pitch. So you can also reach the door clip over to the pull-out spot as you see here, so you don't have to clip it to the other door. It also reaches there. It stretches the cord a little bit, but it's fine. It hardly pulls on there at all. And it's another reason for the shock cord. So I've got basically every corner rigged differently of the doors right now. The other thing that you can do with these pieces of shock cord is wrap it around a little tree if it's at the right spot. There it is. I just stuck a little stake in the ground because I would have had to really stretch to grab it to the nearest sapling in this layout. But I just looped it around it and clipped it to itself. And the lower, got it on a tripod here to see a little bit inside here. Hopefully you can see it's pulled it out nicely. Got plenty of room in there. And I have the doors staggered over there so you can still walk through. One other trick that I've used in really cold, windy conditions I'll show you is with the doors closed, that is clipped to the opposite corner. I'll show you a little trick that I used, an extra stake that worked really well. Also, a rock works too. Let me show you that. Wow, boy, I'm really enjoying this. Finally got some warm weather, and the spring peepers, I assume you can hear, are out in full force. So, the extra little trick that I do is, hopefully you can see now that this door is a lot tighter than it was before. It's very tightly sealed. And all that I did was I took the one side here, the outer flap, and I took the elastic cord that's going here, and I do one wrap around the cord and stick it in a little bit of an angle, and that holds it down to the ground and tight. And you can pull it in some too if you really want to shut it off. I found that normally only one door you do that to, and it really shuts out the breeze a lot, and you're down with just a tiny opening for your hammock suspension. Really love this setup. I've been through some pretty cold winter nights with it, and it's kept me very comfortable. So I got a couple more layouts to show you a modified porch mode. And this is porch mode with some extended wind breaks. Can't really see, but the one panel is coming out straight towards us here. Let's see if I can go through the trees here and get a little better. There we go. So I've got the doors, this one's the one on the left hand side is wrapped around a little bit, and the one on the right hand side is really extended straight out. But it makes for a very voluminous work area underneath with this big tarp. And if you're having a little bit of wind or nasty weather, you can drop down the you see the doors on the front half here, on the porch half, are tied up to each other right now, and you can drop them down, either one or both, to form little extra. Probably I would use it for a rain break, not so much of a wind. It's not going to block the wind that much being up at the top, but I'll drop at least one down and show that to you as well. So you see now I dropped the front left door down to provide a little more protection from if there was some driven rain. Let's see if I can walk around here. Too much difficulty. I gotta do some pricker trimming here. And you see there how the door is dropped down a little bit to offer a little protection. Well, those are the basic ways that I have rigged up this tarp. I'm really happy with the versatility of it and the ease of switching the configurations. Highly recommend the plans from DIY Gear Supply. Get out there and have fun.